UN, shame on you.
UN, shame on you.
UN, shame on you.
UN, shame on you.
All these guys got to hear us. UN, shame on you.
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 UN, shame on you. UAE, stop bombing tonight. UAE, stop bombing tonight. UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
Say no to war.
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 Others, say no to war.
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 UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight.
UAE, stop bombing tonight. UAE, stop bombing tonight. UAE, stop bombing tonight. UAE, stop bombing tonight. UN, shame on you.
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 UN, shame on you. UN, shame on you. We're gonna switch it up. Eritrea, get out of Tigray. Eritrea, get out of Tigray.
Eritrea, get out of Tigray.
Eritrea. Louder, guys. Eritrea.
Get out of Tigray.
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 Bombing Tigray.
Stop bombing Tigray.
Killing Tagado.
Stop killing Tigray.
Killing Tagado.
Stop killing Tigray.
Stop killing Tagado.
Stop killing Tigray.
Stop killing Tagado.
Stop killing Tigray.
End the genocide.
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 Fight you guys. End the genocide.
End the genocide.
End the genocide.
Stop bombing your people. Stop bombing your people. Stop bombing your people. Stop bombing your people.
Free Tigray.
Free Tigray.
Free Tigray.
Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. We stand with Tigray. We stand with Tigray. We stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray.
Killing my family!
Listen, we are the voice for our people right now. We got to be using our voice to its maximum capacity right now. This is a beautiful community. We come together in times of hardship. Who are we? 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 We connect Tigray. We connect Tigray. We connect Tigray. We connect Tigray. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Stop weaponizing hunger. 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 Stop bombing your people. Stop looting your people. Stop raping your people. Stop killing your people. Stop bombing your people. Stop bombing your people. Stop killing your people. Stop looting your people. Stop raping your people. Stop bombing your people. Stop bombing your people. Stop bombing your people. Shame on African Union. Shame on African Union. Shame on African Union. Shame on African Union. Shame on the UN. 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 I stand for Tigray. I stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray. I fight for Tigray. I protest for Tigray. I pray for Tigray. I fight for Tigray. I stand for Tigray. I stand for Tigray. When I say U.S. silence, you guys say it's Ethiopian violence. U.S. silence. 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 Humanity first. Humanity first. Humanity first. Humanity first. People over politics. People over politics. People over politics. People over politics. Tigray will prevail. 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 Stop war Tigray. 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 Stop the genocide. 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 Stop weaponizing hunger. Stop weaponizing hunger. Stop weaponizing hunger. Stop weaponizing hunger. Stop starving Tegaru. 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 Stop starving Tigray. Stop bombing Tigray. Stop bombing Tigray. Stop bombing Tigray. People over politics. 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 Tigray will prevail. 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 Let's use our voices in the maximum capacity. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. UAE, stop bombing Tigray. UAE, stop bombing Tigray. Eritrea, pull your troops out of Tigray. Eritrea, pull your troops out of Tigray. UAE, stop bombing Tigray. UAE, stop bombing Tigray. Stop the war. Stop the war. Stop the war. Stop killing civilians. Stop killing civilians. Stop killing civilians. Stop killing civilians. End the war in Tigray. 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 Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. End the war in Tigray. End the war in Tigray. End the war in Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Tigray. In the war Tigray. In the war Tigray. In the war Tigray. In the war Tigray. Eritrean troops out of 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 Tigray. These 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 troops out of Tigray. Free 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 Tigray. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Stop the genocide. 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 End the war on Tigray. 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 Free 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 Tigray. End the genocide. 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 Stop the war. 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 Free Tigray. 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 Stop the genocide. 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 Tigray will prevail. 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 Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. End the genocide. 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 Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Stop bombing 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 Tigray. Stop killing civilians. Stop killing civilians. Stop killing civilians. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Stop the genocide. 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 Stop bombing civilians. Stop bombing civilians. Stop bombing civilians. Stop bombing civilians. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Free Tigray. Stop the genocide. 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 Free Tigray. 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 End the genocide. 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 Stop the war. 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 Free Tigray. 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 Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian access. Allow humanitarian Once again, everybody, we are the voice for the voiceless. We got to use our voices as loud as we can. That's all we have right now. Who are we? 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 Who Stop bombing your people! 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 Stop stabbing 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 your people! Stop looting 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 your people! Stop raping your people! Stop raping your people! Stop raping your people! Stop raping your people! Stop killing your people! Stop killing your people! Stop killing your people! Stop killing your people! Stop the genocide! 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 Say no to war! Say no to war! Say no to war! Say no to war! I stand with Tigray! I stand with Tigray! I fight for Tigray! I fight for Tigray! I protest for Tigray! I protest for Tigray! I stand with Tigray! I pray for Tigray! I pray for Tigray! I pray for Tigray! I pray for Tigray! Tigray will prevail! 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 In the war! That takes a lot of courage to do, man. It's not as easy as it looks. In the name.
Public and private property is being robbed. So the regime in Addis is trying to annihilate Tigrayans, impoverish, and control Tigray. So we have to fight. We have to get rid of the dictator, and we also have to demand the removal of the Eritrean army from Tigray. Because of the war, thousands of people, like I said, have fled to Sudan, and the war has created a serious political turmoil in the Eastern Africa region. Particularly, it is enabling the global terror, and also, as you all know, currently there's the global pandemic. However, the people of Tigray are not suffering the war; we're also dealing with the pandemic. So we all ask. What we're asking here is to the global community to pay attention to what's happening in Tigray, and particularly we're asking the United States government to take proactive measure to prevent the war and immediate ceasefire, restoration of the public service, and the removal of the Eritrean invading army from Tigray. Without further ado, I will invite the other speakers from the Tigray community. Abaylak. Abay.
كنا حد يخاطب مجمرة بعد عن متخاطب مثلا كجارون إيرترا نوزل لنا لا أنا قاطع يكلم تنقر يا فوتو يهون أم عندنا حماق وتحنا له ساعات زي زنا يشفتها فلو زنا يموت له تكالاتنا يفرس له ما تايو أرجس كلنا الحماق سمعتنا لنا قل أبز قداي زي ما نم تقرأ يكون ما نم يرتوا ما نم تسفى قرصه تسفى كين قرص نحرنا لنا عبوك حزننا له يحك حزننا له مغنياتو آياتنا بوتاتنا ليتاتنا ويموت له نحنا وصبوا عجزين هذا لنا لا اتحدثنا يونجر جنزوينا نحدث لنا هو تيكون سلازي ليزاهم جنزل نوات ألواتنا دحر عندنا دحر زينو أفيدنا تفينا ناستر سلازي لما عندكوا بزحسوي مثلا بتعمل لنجسيو جن ياو نتصل في أخلاتنا مسلمي سلازي هذا نقدر كتفوتو وزقبا صلاتنا كل زقور وغيرهم تسعيرهم يوم من نبدأ أمريكا التراطل تسعيرهم يوم تنبركيهم يوم نحن قصنا تسبقوا سلو كل قصنا أما هواي لنا صلاتنا قد مسلم قال حزي مسلمون سلازي ما نمتقرا واي أوزي الصبر ست حواوينو مسوعنا تاني تتواوعنا جنسنا كنا سمعي قبا
Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna face the street. So if everybody look at you on, we're gonna face the street.
Alright, everyone, listen. We're gonna make this very simple and easy and good for the cameras. So everybody go up the stairs. All the speakers are going to be speaking from the street. So the speakers will be here in the front. Everybody else just scatter around the stairs and the grass on the right or left.
በጌታ ኢየሱስ ክርስቶስ አሜን። የቀን የለኝ
ሰላማት
This side is empty.
أبرئتي هاجر تبرع أبرئتي تبرع ما عليه توجه ما عليه مرارة تجبر جلو لم تبرئ ما يحكي جبنا مثل قال تبرع ونجح لك أنا حويا ربنا بنا سافرت يدنا نحن سافرت عندنا ما جبنا كلهم ذكرنا الناس يقولون لهم قوات ورالنا كل بدير حفنا بالعجهم ترى أنتم عالتنا كيف
from the Bay Area to the community of Kiras and Asaf come and speak. Okay, then if they're not here, then I'd like to welcome Ruth.
ምንም ተፈራየ
On the morning of November 4th, the unelected Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali of Ethiopia to see president step of declaring war on Tigray, the regional state and the federation. At the same time, on the internet, online electricity orders have been set off, infringing upon the very basic human rights of the people of Tigray. It has been nearly 70 days since we have not heard from our families. Since then, the majority of Tigray is under communication blockage, banks are closed, electricity is cut off, there's a critical shortage of food, water, medicine, fuel, cash for the entire region. The Ethiopian government has restricted humanitarian access for relief workers. 4.5 million people are in need of emergency food assistance. There are 2.2 million IDPs due to an ongoing war. There are already over 56,000 Tigrayan refugees in Sudan. 30% are children and more than 1,000 are pregnant refugees. Alarming reports of ethnic profiling outside Tigray are prevalent right now as we speak. Mass arrests.
እንደገና ህትመጽያ አውዚ ቆቆውና ድምጽና ነስምዕ ለከ ወደ ከበስ ዘመን ኩለና በሐማር ኮይና ኢልና የተተሐዝና አድና ነርምዓሉ ድቀይን ነጻ ትኾነሉ ናይ ዓመታት ከሆነ ናይ ወርሓት ከሆነ ናይ ቀረባ ጊዜ እዩ ዚልማ ብእግዚአብሔር ንኣምን ምክንያቱ ኩለኩም ትጥይበኩም ኣብደምኩም ኣብደምና
عوات مبرشن فتيلن يسمعكم الله يسمعكم الله كلنا دم صرنا بمولو منفسنا 100% عوات مبرشن فتي يسمعنا تبارك بزي مغنيات ما نسقاتكم انت عقا من كلكم انت عقا من كلكم تقاروا ناداتكم زري ناداتكم تولد بزحاتي منا يغويهم بزحاتي منا يغويهم نقاركن كرهو ويغون اليوم سلازي بتقراوينتنا كنكورع كنحبن يقبلنا نزينا تقراي نزلالم تنبر عاملعنا من عاملعنا صلاتنا تقراي تعمل عاملعنا من عاملعنا خور اخو صلاتنا እዚህ ጊዜው ይነግረውኩም እኛ ትግራይ እንትልምተለና ኣብ ቀንዲ አፍሪካ እትርከብ ናይ ኩሉ ስልጣኔ መሰረት ሆነ ቅድመ ግብጽ ማለት ነው ኣብ አፍሪካ ውስጥ ክተዓበይ ተዓደለዋ ሓደ ናይ ግብጽ ስልጣኔ ካልኣይ ናይ አክሱም ስልጣኔ ተዛዓበየ ተስተመረጸ ቀዳማይ ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ስልጣኔ ዝበሃል ነበረ ናይ ትግራይ ናይ አክሱም ስልጣኔ እዩ ስለዚህ ኣብዚ ስልጣኔ እዚ ብዙሓት ነገራት ተላዒሎም ነይሮም እዮም ዝሓለፈ 3000 ዓመታት ኣብኡ ዘይተሃቀለ ኣብኡ ዘይተለዓለ ፀላኢ እውን ኣይነበረን ነገር ግን ናይ ሕዚ ብታሪክና ርኢናዮ ዘይንፈልግ ኣብ ህዝብና ኣጋጢሙ ዘይፈልግ በዘመነ ጉዲት ዘይነበረ
thank you. Thank you, Ruth. Next, I would like to welcome Samira.
سلام كلكم قاعد حنزاهم كلنا استأكدنا العلماء كلنا نفلقينا سبوخان أبويا محراي أديت تقراويتي تولد كل خير تراي زمزمات زلوا كلهم بمخنيات زي كل شيطانتي سلازخونه كلنا كنحبر يدلي እቶም ኣምሓሩ ኮይኖም እንኳዕ ትሞትኩም ዝብሉ ብጣዕሚ ዝገርመኒ እቶም ተጋሩ ኮይኖም ኣብኡ ብዙሕ ነገራት ዝገብሩ ዘለዉ ብጣዕሚ ዝገርመኒ እቶም ኤርትራውያን እውን ኣብኡ ብዙሕ ግፍዕታት ዝገብሩ ዘለዉ እዚ ናይ ሰብ ነገር ስለ ዘይኮነ ኩላና ክንሓብር ኢለ ዝሓስብ እሞ የቐኒለይ ኩላና ከዓ ንብሓንሳብ ኩላና ክንዕወት ኢና
Next, I would like to welcome Eden from San Francisco.
Hello, everybody. I just have a message to you all. I know that we are all some part of some type of religious group, whether it be Orthodox, Ente, Muslim. If your religious organization does not support you, does not stand with the people of Tigray, it is your duty and responsibility to call them out on that. If they do not stand with the people of Tigray, to be frank, they don't know God. They don't know what humanity is. They don't respect lives. They don't respect our lives. And that's not a community that you can be a part of. It is the least that we can do to challenge those ideas. Our brothers and sisters are fighting the hardest battle that they've ever had to fight. They're fighting against so many different powers. And it is the least that we can do to challenge these ideas, this rhetoric. They claim that they're not a part of politics, but all they can say, all that they can reason, their justification for what is going on is political. All the reasons that they say is political. The reasons that they say that our people are dying, the reasons that they use are political. Their lives are not political. No one's life is ever political. They have the duty and the responsibility as people who supposedly serve God to stand up for people who are dying, for the poor. If you are part of a religious organization that has been rejecting you, been rejecting your people, it is your duty to challenge them. Do not be afraid. You are on the right side. They do not know God, and they are supporting evil. They're supporting Abiy, who he claims to be Pente. He is not part of any religious denomination. The only thing that he supports is the devil. The only people that can kill groups of people is the devil. He does not know God under any denomination. If you are part of a religious organization that supports this war, this genocide, it is your duty to challenge them every day. Do not be complacent. Do not think that you can be silenced. Do not think that you have to remain silent because they do not support you. Even if everyone in your church supports Abiy, supports this war, it is your duty to challenge them, to tell them that they are wrong. Even if you are the only Tigrawai, Tagaru, anybody that is on our side, if you are the only one, it is okay for you to speak up. You have to speak up because our people have no one else to speak for them. We are the only people that can speak up for them, and you have to use your voice. Do not be afraid, and do not let them continue to silence us the way that they silence our brothers and sisters. You have the freedom and the opportunity to use your voice here in America, and you have to use it. You can't just let it be. It is a tool, something that is very valuable. Do not forget that. Use your voice. Stand up for our people.
Thank you so much, Aiden. Next, I would like to call on Samhal to come and speak. Hi, everybody. So thank you for all the other speakers. We're going to start our march now. So we don't have as many people as we did last time. So that means that we all have to make up for it. I really hope that all of you guys can, march with us, yell with us. Our people can't yell and march for themselves, so we have to do it for them. حجرة سلامة وسلفنا كنأتينا خم بحالة في جزيب بزح سبب لنا نحنا خعال وكنت كلنا لاخذنا شان
ودوم طلع خرجنا هاي خبر الصعب الصعب تبع مرحيم حدنا ذاك أصل والدلو سلامي دخلنا برادة سر نايكا ما حصل سر فاركا زوجم نخايهم من زين عالم تتحمل الله عبرنيو نزين عالم بطلي رواتنا يرتراوين حانت ما تقدركم أبدا مخوين نحنا نتاي كم نزعرو نفلت نمتاي كم نقالس نفلت نمان كم نقالس نفلت علمنا تداوينا صلاينا فنينا نسجلنا إثيوبيا تبال عدوين عبد تقراي تفريسا عبد تقراي توليدا سلازي أول من صلاتنا فنينا نفلتنا هذا اللي بسمعنا والدعاء والكتب والحد تغطيتم أمونه لا تغير هذا الصوت هذا والحراد الكسر هذا الكسر هذا المحطة خلال تختمه لا يتحد بدن لا هذا بدن مستوى تغطيتم الصبر لا ولا ملاقوا ما شاء الله أقصى هذا والكسر سلاسة خلينا بحمار بحب الحنا طريقة برمالتي ليش نفهم كلهم ليش نف بما الحين أنا شنف كيف من حين إلا الحلال እግዚአብሔር ይሁንና ተጋሩ ንጽሕና ንፍትሒ ተጠው ዝበልና ስለ ዝኾና ድምፅና ካብሎ ምጀሚሩ ኩሉ ግዜ ለይቲ ምስ ቀትሪ ህዝብና ናብ መረበቱ ክሳብ ዝምለስ ዓወትና መሬት ክሳብ ዝምለስ ክንቃለስ ይግበና እንኳዕ ከባኻትኩም ተፈጠርኩም እንኳዕ ሕዋተይ ኮንኩም እንኳዕ ሓተይ ኮንኩም እንኳዕ ወለደይ ኮንኩም ስለዚ ዘለኒ ግዜ ሓፂር ስለ ዝኾነ ነዚ ነጠቓልል እየ ድምፅና የመፅን تقرأ كل جزء تقرأ كل جزء الشعر نحن تقرأ عامل عن صلاتنا إلا تشرح عندنا عامل عن صلاتنا الشعر تشرحية تقرأ الشعر يكسابه حالي يكسابه مش كلنا يقول يبني اللي بدعم خمسكناكم يدلي لجمع عزين وخمس فلاليك مسكاتري بزين عرفتي زنفقاتهم حواتنا أحاتنا الدماء سلعانا كبر موقوسنا فاتكم يقبع بيّنه سبلا عصيرهم ستاسينا مزمرة أحواتنا رحاتنا نزمت لنا دمولا مرحتنا كلهم دمها إذن هنا هنا من قصة سمايات وارسلنا يتمس طهماني فاللي النبر كله هبلنا يغني اللي عصاك يغني اللي بتعم خمس كبيران يغني اللي تاكي لك كمان كان يفرقت دعم يغني لك هذيك أتيل الشيخ مصطفى نيستيك زارويو الشيخ مصطفى
زخبركم كبرات صراحة قد تكون نالبات ونسيك لو تسمع عن كل نحواتنا قدامنا تلقاو مسكنة تقربكم إلى اللي نزنس وعتا زخبرتم بممسعنا بتعمية مسكنكم ومقصال حكنا مخباري الأستاذ وجهة أورنت مسمر السحيتو بحزب تقراي ناف ستات ناف شكر ناف موت ناف دخلنت تقالي يركب حزبنا صبو دحان حقك خبر الله وينو كين لب نبل كلنا نايتيبيا من قستي عالم لخا انترناشنال حكي تحيسلو من ايرترا من قستي برخا في تأتيو بحزبنا أويرو أدكيو كندي سبي موجود كمزلا تقراون عين ثلث نتسعات سي مغنياتو غازيت انياتات اي تفقدن ناب تقراي نغاتو سلازي حزب تقراي مع انت خاشيت ابيلكا بتزموت زلو حزين كتسقنقن كيكونس صنعت حبو سنيكا نتزلو ورار ممكات زي كوينبر كالي ممارس يبلنان نا إرترا وتاتر كابتاليان بعد وراري تفليو أيرئنيو ناب تقراي نغاتو جن معصو تخفيت له فابريكاتات توريرو تقاصيلو حواتنا مويتهم تسجيلهم فقود السودان إذا تقبلنا يقولون بإنترناشنال حقي إثيوبيا من قستي عب تقراي بانك تعاسيو بدرق قزيون هيتجبرن كومون حكمناتات عانيو زحامو مسابات مدحاني تيلن كومون نايمك بحسرت قال لي أمن يجين عين ناس لزيرعنا كنقول صايد خلنا سبقنا نا حزبنا مع أنت خاشيت بالكان فتي زمي الشكر أو قلنا تقراي أو نختبل ملا تيم حلالف يغني الله كبرتي هذا الليل.
Thank you شيخ مصطفى بتعمين أنا مسكن كوزين الزيرة لما أنت ولد وايد زغنا سلامة سلفينينا أو كله أو يربزلو أو ملست زلو أو سعود زلو أو أمريكا زلو هو يتني لما عندي هاي أجمعها ملافتي ما على خلصش كم سنة بقول في السماع ملافتنا نور لنا نحلف please welcome Dr. Waldo Namadra. Dr. Waldo.
أحاتن أوزي تأكلهم زلهم كلهم بعد حين مسأهم هذا أصلنا خلتنا قرأت الله على الكلام ذلي أنا مجمعة ودور برهم زولو لما عندي international protest يو ملء عالم زلو تقارو تأكلهم يمصهم تصنع له ساعتين سلازي زي ملكتنا زي صحافنا إياه عند صحفت الله الساعة 4 بالإنجليزية إياه الساعة صوت أخذ ما هم تحسن سبب ما نقرأ لما الأخت الله السوق أقرأ لهم إيه إن بالإنجليزية صحافت تروح تقبل ما دي حكي مو والله لا أوكي all the Tigray regional states under the guise of law and order of enforcement operation. This full-scale invasion was conducted in collaboration with the #1 enemy of Ethiopia and Tigray, long-time dictator Isaias Afwerki and his ruthless army, as corroborated by the United States and many other countries and international observers, and the Amhara Special Forces and militia, as well as drone attacks by the United Arab Emirates. Incessant ground and aerial bombardments of Tigrayan cities have resulted in the deaths of thousands of men, women, and children. There have also been shootings of thousands of innocent civilians in many cities across Tigray. The armies of the Ethiopian and Eritrean governments have been engaged in committing genocide on the people of Tigray. More than 56,000 refugees have been forced to flee to Sudan, according to the UNHCR. Tens of thousands of Tigrayans have been put to prison without due process of law, and hundreds of thousands have been ethnically profiled and expelled from their jobs throughout Ethiopia. To distract the attention of the international community, the Ethiopian government has been engaged in such egregious disinformation that the war was over while heavy fighting is still going on.
Say no to war! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Isaias! Stop killing our people. Stop killing our people. Stop killing our people. Stop killing our people. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women.
It has been more than 2 months since the invasion started, and the people of Tigray have been denied access to humanitarian assistance, alienating the Tigray regional state from the international community. The ambitions of the Ethiopian and Eritrean dictators is to fulfill their desire of starving the whole population of Tigray to death by looting all sources of food and burning crops ready to be harvested. There has been no access to electricity, telecommunication and internet services, water, banking, medication, fuel, and other basic services. Universities, hospitals, various industries, and other infrastructure have been destroyed and or looted and transported primarily to Eritrea and Amhara region of Ethiopia. Houses of individual Tigrayans have also been ransacked with the purpose of subjugating Tigrayans to abject poverty. Unless urgent intervention is made, the international community is yet to witness a round of war crimes, crimes against humanity, and ethnic cleansing of appalling proportions. The world community will be filled with shock and disbelief once the unimaginable atrocities perpetrated against the Tigrayan people are exposed. Tigrayans in Colorado and their friends call upon the international community for immediate intervention before it is too late. We appeal for immediate cessation of hostilities and an end to the war in Tigray, withdrawal of foreign forces from Tigray, deployment of peacekeeping forces, and commencement of independent investigation of crimes committed since the invasion. Sustained pressure on the unelected Ethiopian Prime Minister to stop the savagery, brutality, and genocide being committed on the people of Tigray, and finally, open a corridor to make available desperately needed humanitarian assistance to Tigrayan Americans in Colorado and their friends. Including the governor and
Prevail! Stop killing our people! Stop killing our people! Stop raping our women! Stop raping our women! Stop killing our children! Stop killing our children! Stop the war on Tigray! 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 Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel! Tigray will prevail! Tigray will prevail! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Tigray will prevail! Tigray will prevail! Tigray sama! Tigray sama! Tigray will prevail! Tigray will prevail! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel! Tigray will prevail!
The one-time payment ጥቅም ዝበለ ገንዘብ ኮይኑ ልክ ዝበለ ገንዘብ ኮይኑ ብሓደ ግዜ ኮንትሪቢዩት ንገብሮ ገንዘብ የድልየና ከምቲ ትፈልጥዎ መብዛሕትኩም ድማ ኮንትሪቢዩት ገይርኩም ኢና ንኣምን ካብ ንጅምሮ ፀኒሕና ኣለና እና እስካዕ ሕዚ ናብ 350,000 ናብ 350,000 ዶላር ተፀጊዕና ኣለና ኣብዚ ዘለና ቁፅሪ ተሪእናዮ እዛ ኣኪናያ ዝኒአና conservatively ولا فرق مليون إلا تحس الناس أيضا إحنا ينزلنا أوز زل تو كونتربيوت غير الناس تحصل سنة 50 أيام اللصن نجارين وصرنا مش عايزين نوصل زنينا سلازي زي خاطر تا وان تايم بيمنت قبل ولا تجنزل زي خاطرهم تليهم أحواسنا اللوزي لما عندهم تخاف كذا لهم فزي يخيلوا لنا مور available مطلوب لهم سنبت ساعة سلطة ساعة سلسة تبعاتنا أبيت كريستيان جنزل أقول له أو community هذا اندهر أقدمنا تزرارنا نخافتنا ناو نخاف المصاحب خافرت لهم بتوصاحي على الإيست سايد زقاروك محواتنا ناينا مركنا فرقف ستور على أخيرهم خافرت له وينما ناو سيريا كيس ماركت زقاروكم دما كدوغو ديهاي انزفان سيريا كيس ماركت فيلهم كتخافرت لهم one time payment أنزل وفيه لما إزي فترة زلالة شخمنا يكون سلازي عاوز لنا تجارو انتس توصاحي وقتك جوب وصيحة أو whatever بورحي contribute دورة جنزاون كل اللهم one time payment زلنا ينتهيها أكيد أنهمو أدلي أو سخون اللو ساعة መንግስት ትግራይ ብዝጠየቀና ሰዓት ንብልኣኽ ኣብ ዝጠዓመ ሰዓት ወዲያውን ሸው ነብላ ትኸውን ተጠራቂማ ተፀኒሓ ማለት እዩ ብማታ ዋንታ እታ በወርሒ ንኸብላ ድማ ካብ ጃንዋሪ 2021 ጀሚርና ብዓቕምና ባይዘወይ ካብ ዓቕሚ ንላዕሊ ዝሕተተ ኣይኮነን ታጅባና ንፈልጣ በዓልና እንዲና ነገር ግን نوزي زي جاورنا حواتنا أخوات أدوتاتنا بيوت مسواتنا نحضروا نحنا خلدنا يفيدنا زجاورنا جيرنا أزياء كننطق يحتت أزياء أنا جمرة أسئلة جمع أنا يجزء من كذا فضل خيرا عزيز استخالة يكون جورنا خير تفضلوا عنتي تغيرني السلام عليكم
Stop killing our children! Stop robbing our people! Stop raping our women! Stop killing our children! Stop bombing Tigray! 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 Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop killing our people! Stop killing our people! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel! Tigray will prevail! 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 What do we want? Peace! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Peace! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Peace! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Peace! What do we want it? Now! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop raping our women! Stop raping our women! Stop killing our children! Stop killing our children! Stop killing our children! Stop killing our children! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop killing our children! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Abiy! Down, down, Israel! Down, down, Israel!
UN act now. UN act now. AU act now. America act now. AU act now. UN act now. America act now. America act now. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Abi. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Israel. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. UN act now. UN act now. UN act now. UN act now. Stop bombing our people. Stop bombing our people. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Stop killing our children. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. Tigray will prevail. What do we want? Peace. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Peace. When do we want it? Now. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Stop bombing our people. Stop bombing our people. Stop killing our children. Stop killing our children. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Stop bombing our people. Stop bombing our people. Stop bombing our people. Stop bombing our people. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Stop killing our children. Stop killing our children. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Stop the war on Tigray. 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 Stop killing our children. Stop killing our children. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. U.S. break the silence. U.S. break the silence. U.S. break the silence. U.S. break the silence. America act now. America act now. UN act now. UN act now. AU act now. AU act now. EU act now. EU act now. Tigray will prevail. 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 America, break the silence. America, break the silence. America, break the silence. America, break the silence. AU act now. AU act now. America act now. America act now. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Abi. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Ethiopian government. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Israel. Down, down, Eritrean government. Down, down, Eritrean government. Abi must go. Abi must go. Abi must go. Abi must go. Israel must go. Israel must go. Stop killing our people. Stop killing our people.
very amazing history. ታሪካችንና ተስተን ቀደም ኣብ ኤርትራ ይኹኑ ኣብ ትግራይ እኳን ሽዑ ዝነበሩ ሰንኪ ናይ መግዛእቲ ኣካላቶም ዝሰኣኑ ገሪም ተጋዳላይ ኣቶ ፍስሓ እንካብ ኤርትሪያን ናብ መድረክ ፕሊዝ
Stop bombing Tigray! Justice for Tigray! Justice for Tigray! Justice for Tigray! Justice for Tigray! Stop bombing Aksum!
bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Tigray! Stop bombing Israel! Stop bombing Israel!
In our situation, the Eritrean army is destroying livelihood and looting properties. Isaias Afwerki and the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, are committing genocide against the people of Tigray. The Eritrean army is forced to fight. They get killed if they hesitate to fight. They get killed even if they hesitate to lose. But that doesn't mean that they don't have responsibility to say no, even though they are going to be killed. They will be held accountable for their cruel activity and the killing. It is sad to see the Eritrean army fighting and dying, being on the side of the Eritrean people's historical enemies, the army of the Ethiopian elite. The third is coming back. They will march as Asmara from Magale. There is no doubt about it, because Isaias has this plan. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's army is more or less Mengistu Haile Mariam's army that we, the people of Eritrea and the Tigray, defeated in 1991. To all Eritrean families, who have their beloved ones fighting in this war, their beloved ones are dying in vain for nothing. They are not defending Eritrean borders. They are not defending the Eritrean people. They are killing their brothers and sisters, the Tigray people. It's shame. I am ashamed to be Eritrean. And the people of Eritrea may as well say, what the hell is with Eritrea? If the Eritrea is going to go against its own people, against its brotherly people of Tigray. So, to the Eritrean families who have families fighting in the war, tell your beloved ones to disassociate themselves from Isaias' army. The people of Tigray are benefactors of the Eritrean people. They don't deserve this. To me, as an Eritrean, the people of Tigray are not only neighbors, but they are my family members. Many of us, Eritreans like me, share with the people of Tigray the same heritage, culture, history, times of victories, and the times of tragedies, like what is happening in Tigray now. Let me mention some of the things the people of Tigray did to help us, their Eritrean brothers and sisters.
Okay. During the Eritrean War of Independence, the people of Tigray, through its leadership TPLF, they had to save the Eritrean army struggle by sacrificing the lives of thousands of young Tigray fighters. After the Ethiopian military government was defeated by the people of Tigray and Eritrea, the people of Tigray again, through its leadership TPLF, plus other progressive Ethiopians gave unwavering political support and diplomatic support for the rights of the Eritrean people. When the Eritrean leadership imposed tyranny upon the Eritrean people, the people of Eritrea started fleeing Eritrea and going to Tigray. The people of Tigray welcomed the Eritrean refugees with open arms. They sheltered them, they protected them, they let them share the limited resources and the educational facilities they have. They let them try to make living. Due to the welcoming attitude of the people of Tigray, the brotherly and sisterly relationship starts to blossom. And we, the overwhelming majority of the Eritreans, are grateful for this kindness and generosity of the people of Tigray. But despite all this comradeship, kindness and generosity, the so-called Eritrean leaders repeatedly implemented policies that harm the people of Tigray. Isaias Afwerki has repeatedly invaded Ethiopia and Tigray without any provocation. So, my class is not. In last year in 2020, he invaded Tigray. He is still in Tigray. In 1998, he invaded Ethiopia, specifically Tigray, without any provocation, under the pretext of border, which later he admitted it was not really border issue. By the way, even if we go back in 1984, during the drought in this famine in Tigray, Isaias Afwerki blocked with food delivery through the liberated area of Tigray, through the liberated area of Eritrea to Tigray, to harm the people of Tigray. To put it bluntly, the cruel Eritrean leaders of the PFD, led by Isaias Afwerki, are mortal enemies of the people of Tigray and Eritrea. Yes, they are Eritreans, but they always implement policies that harm Eritreans and the Tigrayans. So why are they doing this? Because they don't want us to have normal relationship. They don't want us to be peacefully. They don't want us to prosper. Isaias Afwerki's contempt of the Eritrean people is boundless. He doesn't like the Eritrean independence. He despises the Eritrean people. He crosses several red lines with impunity. So what do we Eritreans do? We just sit in Eritreans. The Eritreans are fighting economic war, military war. What do we do? Eritreans, are we going to be bystanders? We have to be on the side of the Tigray people and do whatever we can. We have to look beyond the border. And Tigray will prevail.
Thank you, Mr. Fassah. هذا برنامجنا نغطينا كوزي كسرنا إنكاوز كمحيل نزي زتانون ليتن قطرن إنكاوز سرعو قواتنا نحن تجاور سرعتنا تجاور عن زقدر مقدمتن زهوانا مسكنا كم زي جبر حيل زي مستر هايلي عطاقل
هذا هو الحاجة. حتى خلي يكتبوها ولكن ما تنتظروا. لا يمكنكم لقدام كل الحرف الستون. قرعة حبان خلكم الناس تقرأ. تداوت. أوكل هذا تدليو. بحق نحبنا لكم. جسر ما وصل فيه. رب حبنا كسب. كولورادو التواصل مع حبارة حوارات
أكتب لي أو كوميونيتي تدراي رمى تسا أكتشت بطمع حدا كوميتي قمنا أبو بصرحو وافرنا يزيوني بالسلامة والسلفية سمع عرض أحوات سكريتي وترافيق ويقف قال مدلات موني ما قيدني لنا وامتحان سلام تخرنون حوات وقلنا بينهم وعجبنا ومحنون صريحا يقني لنا يسسبنا تقرأينا أبصدمن أبصدمن تحالد أنبا ثلاثة كل جزء مسعنا والمستسنفونية يتقرأي أنبا تخذ فلت أبطار خيبا بالتغيير يجري مثلا هنا غير هنا ولدنا تاريخ هنا ولدنا حبل كذبونا العقوتنا وحقي وسنسا كم ولدنا كله حرم كتن جزا حيكون أو كنت جزء حواتنا تبع على جميع استفسر الستات حوات دقتم سيئة الحماتي يحزن بينا أي يزي ثم حواتي نعيد راح يكونون كلهم حوات وكالي وتاتا كل جداتا سكنا زددنا لا يكون حوات ولا الدين ديت نقرم ديت قبر يلد أزوني communication سلسلة كوغرو الشعب لنبسا لنبسا قصة يخصم انتهي محاكم بالله كاي وعدنا نحن بالله عين فلتن قال قلتنا أنا بيجي مبتفنان كل جزء يحبنا لنا يبرتع لنا نبقى نسوني كمن من الناس يقررنا لقالي سنة زنتغنا يجو نسألنا ما نمي وصلنا خمسة خير أبزياء رقابي فرقون أمنا في جماعة قموي هذه وزغلوا يحبون تقرأي وزغلوا وانا سيد تقرأي تويتر وكوميونيكيشن سكالس بدل يستمدكنا with the young generation. For our kids, I really thank you very much. Without you, we don't go anywhere. I'm proud of you. لكن سبعة وأنا بجد أنا ما تخفى يوصل بدي أجيب لي أزلفون هنا هذا كان يجي وشن وضعوا قبل أن يوقعنا بدي أجيب قبل أن يوقعنا هدارو كمان أبغى هذا من تفهم بزلنا عقلي بزلنا خيله بزلنا هواي طولنا نعم على الحمد لله عن نفسه كل حدا في العمر اللي ترى بكاسل هواتي دكتي يكوش حلو وانا تقراي أزميرا أورك الله تونجع الحزن كلاشان الحزن أنا بدأ رأيك كبر الله أو بدأ كل الله يوم الله وزين نوانا بسكن الكل سكن الكل بفتسون هذه الله وكحنا نجرب نحن وإذا أنا تجارو سلسلة جديدة وسمارسي كمن تعالى سلنا كنت على زمن هذا ودايما وعرضات دكنا ويدك دكماريا ويدك عشان لا نخدم هذا من تعالى استوس أبا نحاسة لأن مرات أشي بسماتي أنا وايد الله أقبل الله نياتاتن نبوتاتن إن تعيبنا حاسس إنه والله دي تبغى يقبل علينا تزرع عن حياتنا توزيعنا سنستفيد كده ومن نستطيع خبرنا حاسسيننا ورتي أكيدنا نجتنا من حياتنا تطور اللي بيجي هذه جد واحد حاسسهم وده حاسس مرتبوني وتوسع على سوق الجزاء عدد الناس ليس الجنة كيف خلنا كم سعرهم كل هذا فلوس صارتنا أتمنى أيضا هو صوت لنا بتويتر كوميونيكيشن بخاري أبيتهم ولا زلكم بيت المحاكم زيكم تسعرهم تتصلوا الله وهو يدبر فتم
وزوات هذه دم أربعة عنده سبعهم ودراسة دم محارات كوميدي غنون وصل ستة غدين أنا كم تقول مثلا وصلتي فلاي التويتر من كنا زورون ساسي عبر زميلك أيضا أنا أو كوميونيكيشن مسحبن على مثلاثة وزي ما أيضا عادي تسجلنا يتصل لهم زبنا ما تلقون دعواتكم أحدا
for time. Have you just always with us? KETO 93.7 بلدنا أذن يلكم تدل اندالة 93.9 كل مثلا آمين كاسهم right here. The other people is always with us. Thank you very much. Put them on, please. Thank you. Islam, Islam, Islam. Hitler. No. تفرجت. هذا كثيرا من ينجر زنبرة من كرد زنبرة يوم. الكل بندا مسحت عيون تكلم في اللغة. لكن كثيرا ما يتكلم كلام فقط كلمات مستمرة التفاهم الحيطان أهلها جلسنا فهم أهلها مسكر عيون غلط حفتنا هالتقرأي كوميونيتي أرحي الله قد مشلشت مع عندنا ولهذا أنت حريتا جديا يا رجل زيرين يا رجل رجل يفتك أهلنا يا رجل شفاته وزر جنة هذا المشكلة تعرف ليس فيكم تتهيأ الله ببيكم لو ضعيف الدين إذا حاجة أنا كل ما عدت استخدم الدخول زراه هو بعيني في السكرية أو كمان تقرأي عدتات أو بوتات كولرو نساوتي سهل حكم الماء جتميت بمقطع بورار شعبية بورار أبي وتر سلاين وقد نقدر توزعه في السكرين عدتات تنشأ سهل حكم لنا يموت هذا
هذا سب كملشا ويكا وتهدر مويسيلين كل تروتا زوجة كل هساونتي عديتات نوراتو توريرو جنزابو توريرو بتميت صغيرك سلازي نحنا معرفة تجارب كان سبناكم كلمتين يتوز على تقرأي يتوز على حبسة مستس تسفى يغرسني تسفى لو تخافي لي بلي نسوي له نسوي تكافي سان أكافي نزلوا إن مسلم صلاة وقان إن جرهونا ورموا ذاتي بابرهونا نولو أكافي نزل عديتها نزل مرافقتي كحل في دلي تسفع مقاتيهم تفسخوا كوانا ميقبع نحن دخلنا كشفنا أبانا أيهم فلا أنتنا تنحمل أنا نقول عليه ماذا تحلف نتمنى سادحواتنا لقوتاتنا سمع تسمع نتكلم وتحمل سالميتون يدلو بوليتيكا سالفنا منه بخير منهم يخلقنا بلو وعلى كاميرا قلهم كورو بزح بوليسا بزح مكرا يشرح لنا حزب تقاي سلازي نمسخهم قيبنا للناس هذا من تحت المغارسين مسلم خميام مستشفى ميام صراحة كنا هو تيام يمزلون مستشفى ميام تقدرون لازم كما حلال في لذي نحن نمسخهم قال مدنا أبانا يتفهم عبدكم يتفهم سلازي تقرأي تسأل نغني لي يقرأي ذلك
What she said was that even though they have no food in Tigray, the militia is coming every single day, looting their homes daily. They are still rationing. The Shabia militia coming and looting their homes. Tigray is still prevailing. They are still sharing their rations amongst each other. They are not giving up. They recognize that we are being a voice for them and to not lose hope and to keep being resilient and to keep fighting for our people because though they are in darkness, light will come. They're still strong, they're still fighting, no one has lost hope. Tigray will prevail.
Government killing people. Stop genocide in Tigray. Stop genocide in Tigray. Stop genocide in Tigray. Stop killing our people. Stop raping our women. Stop raping our women. Stop. Down, down, Isaiah! 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 Stop killing our children! Stop killing our sisters! Stop killing our brothers! Stop killing our family! Stop killing our family! Down, down, Isaiah! Down, down, Isaiah! Social distance, please. Social distance, please. Juga kan sebenarnya, juga kan. Jika kamu akan kita, kita nak buat. Jangan orang kaji. Social distance, please. Lihat ini orang. Lihat ini orang. Akhirnya haji, macam budaya kita satu kebahagiaan lagi. Jadi dari kita apa ጅግንነቶምን አጥናላ እዲናን ማያ አለለ ያ
ሓሪፍና ስለዝኾነ እቶም ኣብዚ ዓዲ ተወሊዶም ዝሓበዩ ነታ ትግራይ ዘይፈልጥዎ ስለዚ እዚ ሓበን እዩ እዚ ሓበን እዩ مناقصاتنا طلعتي ينقطقلون يقتلون يفرحلون أو وشتنا أخوينهم دمتي يكونوا ولا إذا نايت تقرأون نت مرأيي إذا كحبنا نايتبع إحنا هون عبدين قبرو دلنا زي حلال أبي زناقات كونوا ينقع أتي أما أخذ عبي دلو أتي كنا خلنا حق مر محبة مرأيات الرواية للفن الذي كلنا عبدي زلنا عبدي زي مثلا نزي السجي أنا خدنا كثير نجبرو زلنا نلعلي كنت قالت مدرخ قلبنا له أتليس نجبر لنا أنت نجبرو زلنا كون العلوم كنجبر بفلاي منعتي بفلاي أنتم منعتي حدريات يغتفتمو يعلزمونا يخون جزي حجي تطوع لكم من سيت براي أتي عم ميدا زرلو حي يطوعكم على تقبروا زلكم قبي كاف هنا يكون جزي حجي عليكم تتقالتوا يعدمكم على ولا فاتن قبروا زلنا قال زنا عاد فاتن فلا زلوا قال خبيث لكم قال عبدي في أخذ للي طلعتنا قبروا زلوا قالتي طلعتنا نزقال تجي متعنقات كابنا حاسوت بروباغندا جميرو تفلالي ميلاتات بمتقن نزقال تجي متعنقات بزح قاتي قبروا نزي رغينا كم قطع خوينا نتقال شوي يدفع كم حركة من إسي ببع عقمها ببزل الخيو نزي مثلا لا يطلعي كنبده كنسيلا لنا بتقاتلي فيكم استفعلالي من قدي إذا قال تزيني مثل عنقا زي قبروا ونقرين استفعلالي نحاتوت تقنفت استفعلالي زي حفظ زي حنق حاتوت مقامو نافلت جنة هزبنا نمرعد هاتقالتي من تقرات استفعلالي نقري قبروا همو إذي ون أبقمت أتينا قابطة نتقنفت يتحسس إذا قال أمزي لإلتراويان حواتي ملأخ اللي سراويت إسرع أب عدنا زورو زلو أبي زورو زلو نقدسي ولا شفا شيء يبدو سراويت هم بتأ سراويت إسرع مبارك جمسا كم في كيدي زلو سراويت هم بتأ زورو زلو يبدي كبيدي نقدسي فلا لمن جدي جل قالوا أيضا نزيجن نزيج إسرع كلنا نقول أو إنت أو أنت مثلا the life to I know very well the life to one Palestina but again today actually I agree like to around here like among the إذا لمنا نسبي إسراء بجلوا قامي نزق على كذي يجيبوا أبوني بتفرج أنا أحب ما وصلني فأنا بروح أقول بنتنا إلو
point. Ibna have the density it not full with the kilo of the density from the lowest what's the bad. Let it this is density method. This is density method. This is time saya this is Vietnam. This is subsidy which we don't know. I don't know what to be. Let it then it comes now. And somehow I think comes now. However, I like the very lower. And perhaps the disease is very strong. Disease as well as you put in a colors. Now we say you have the right for what now can't believe
أنا حكي نقدر كذا أخرجكم. بس بإيرتران اتصالوا بفتحوا دلون فلالينا خلنا خلالنا مخنياتو حدا ودي سمجانا ويدا حدا كودي سراي ويدا حدا ويدا حماسين نحاول تقرأوا هرمني. حنت نقدر تقولوا بدون ولا لكم مخنياتو ناود حاكو ناود حاتمو ناود مو مالكي بغربا. سلازي كنور جوا دلنا اتي سرعاتكم كلنا خلالنا مخنياتو اتي سرعات عايز تقولوا ولا رجعنا كان نقدر نقول نايمان مدة توصلوا عدد توازني زي كان على ما أنا بقول زختم بيني عليه زختم بينك عبد الله كل نفسه كإيرتراوي أبطأنا حجبتي حيز الله درجة نقبته كل أي جامعة بركيجيو إذا تاي زردك حزب إيرترا لو حزبي فكر حزبي حلا حزب وهاني زردك سلازم نستوعب الكل لنا حزب إيرترا اتزقبر له ساعات فلالينا كرنا كل لنا حزب إيرترا هينا تنبرت عايزني وشدي فلتني نزبت من عواصلني الجوات أنا حزب تجاي يسمعوا غير مسلكم يسمعوا يلقى تعبر معناته بدن تخرجني إلى الله كلنا كنرجع زلنا حجون تجاروا لباماتهم زي كالعلم أبا حبوتاتكم لبونا هيبقى مغميم جيجننا هيبقى مغميم اتنا ديتاتون وحلنا تعيبكم ناديتاتكم سلازي سبيتي عن سبعة تطبقون استغاثكم قاعد استغالكنا اتنا ديتات حرات أحد كلهم إزز قبل زلو اتسرعة تنبر حزب إيرترا كابزي كمبيراتوس بيدو حصري إزياء دقيمة كتردوها يحتم تقراي تعود بزي كالعالم نسخاتكم سب جاقانو سب سرايكم ما ننزل نسكرولكم حلوف حالي فومزي إنجليزاوين دقهم ألولا يمسوحوهم يوهانس يوم لمنتاي جاقانو خونو لهم نسخاتكم مسرات نايس التانيكم لما عندي كتحلي فيها طبعاً كتوقعها أرجوهم بزي كالعالم أنا نسلي إلههم كزارب كله خروج البيت زاربكم دكاسناتكم دكاسي شكركم شكري راواهم كارهواي أرجوهم تقراي تعود أرجوهم كلام
I would just like to reiterate the importance of social distancing. So if you didn't come with someone and you're sitting less than 6 feet, please maintain distance. And before we move on to our next speaker, I would like to turn this into a kind of like an open mic. So if you feel like you have something to share, please come up and speak at any time. You're more than welcome to. We want to hear your voice. So next up, would you like to speak? Come on up.
هلو دكتور دبرتسيان مراحي ناي وحات كم توم سلسته قريبان كم مبرا لدة كريستوس مستمعوا أولا تزخوهم شومي بخوخو تمريحهم توم سلسته قريبان غير وزخوهم يعني نسايا وتتولد دكتور دبرتسيان سني أبي أنه روسو محزاو كنا ما نيجم نسبة كيفاتيو ده كنا زبون أنت هم تليه أوكي أنت هم تليه إمنتكا أبتق ولا أبيت مال مدحر توليد تدا أمينك بزاخو خب تمريحك نو مدحر كيدك ميسايل أيسرحني إيد أيسرحني تحيال بعلي كلهم كم تعاونوا فلتي وانجيل يوحنس 3 لم مشت أنبوا أملاخنا ربي بحال أملاخنا ربي بحال تم ربي تورسني كتس أنا نعو كم أطلعوا يداهم أبي لا دكتور صدق دكتوراتين أولنا هو حد كتاشوا كلام ولا مزدور 10 مليون دولار كلام ده تحك عند رئيسك أمنت كان هذا اللي كان مثال يسرع يعني زيت المثال هاي سماي مثال إنك كان لهم هو عاطل ويانه تقارو أمينو انت قبل دليل أمالكم ترى حبلتون قبل زانيه أفسد لاسه أن يسوس كله تنبركه تبص كده إيش كمان هيتساعدنا هذا صبوا الله إخزابي هيك مسوود ساعتي مس شكوناتي مس دخاتاتي مس تقراواتي زنا يتقراك يا أخونا نبتقراش لازم نسأل الله ينبر ناي سبيها أي سبب ملكتي whether you are a person or not كم تعانتوا يا طول له زبال هو سلمتي city hall hear me city hall like the black people who are fighting for their struggle they have in their hand the Bible we have Bible in our hand we are believers in Jesus Christ we are born again we believe in God مسايلة كيف زعلتم وانجيل يوحنس 3 أنبوها يغني الله
Thank you so much for sharing. Next up, I'd like to call Isaiah. Isaiah.
Thank you, everyone. So, taking my mask. Thank you very much. It's been 2 months since the Ethiopian regime declared war in Tigray. Thousands of people have migrated to Sudan, and people are dying. And the rape, the looting, and everything is just going on very, very crazy. So I'm going to say something about what's happening, the chronology of events leading to the war and what's happening right now. Abiy Ahmed's ugly regime calls the ongoing war a law enforcement operation and vehemently denies that it is a war, that it is simply not the case. It appears that the regime is pushing this narrative with an intention to lower diplomatic pressure, to give an impression that it will come to an end quickly and have a free hand in conducting the war, even the armed conflicts are more regulated under international law. Not clearly calling the situation as an armed conflict is not only true, but also dangerous with regards to the protection of civilians and those that are no more able to participate in the conflict. One can think of the fate of the captured fighters from both sides, which according to reports are there in their thousands. Ethiopia is a party to the Geneva Convention of the 1949. And most of the rules of the convention are customary rules. The 1977 additional protocol to the convention have also been ratified by Ethiopia and largely reflect customary international law. The Tigray state has also repeatedly expressed that it respects international humanitarian law. The violations. From the hour the war was declared, electricity, telephone, internet service are entirely shut off in Tigray. This has continued for almost 2 months. As we speak, access to first-hand information is almost impossible to get. The complete blockade, including on all humanitarian aid, is enforced by Prime Minister Abiy's regime. Despite repeated calls, including calls for an immediate ceasefire, Abiy's regime continued to reject mediation efforts from African Union and European Union. The UN already warned a full humanitarian crisis and thousands are hungry. This clearly violates the basic principles of humanity that parties to the conflict bear and cannot be justified either in considerations of military necessity or other human rights imperatives. No justification of such extreme cruel actions. The regime closed all banks in Tigray early into the conflict. Further, the National Bank of Ethiopia suspended all bank accounts open in Tigray. This closure of all banking services affected not only those in Tigray, but also those living outside of Tigray whose accounts were open in Tigray. No formal plausible explanation was offered for that. This is not only unjustified under human rights norms, but also amounts to systematic starvation of people, as it affects hundreds of thousands, if not millions. The deliberate blockade of people from getting access to food and medicine endangers conditions of life, which enter into a dangerous territory of crime against humanity, as envisaged under the Rome Statute. With evidence of policy intentions, such actions may constitute genocide by rendering the conditions on the ground hard to survive. On the morning of November 16, the Ethiopian government bombed a school and St. George Church in the capital city of Tigray, Mekelle, killing 2 people and wounding many others. Hundreds of thousands of people are intentionally displaced and sought refuge in Sudan, including women, children, and the elderly, start the long route to makeshift camps in Sudan. Article 70, subsection 2 of the Protocol 1 states that parties in conflict need to facilitate assistance destined to areas of populations not only controlled by the parties in conflict, but also areas that are not controlled by the military. Tigrayans in other parts of Ethiopia and elsewhere are also facing ethnic profiling, including arbitrary arrests and house search in Addis Ababa. As per the latest reports confirmed by the international community, hundreds of thousands of Tigrayans in Ethiopia residing in and outside of Tigray are being targeted for detention, attacks, and prosecution. As part of the ongoing ethnic cleansing, mass detention of tens of thousands of Tigrayans serving in the security, army, police, intelligence is a daily occurrence. Tigrayan public servants are dismissed from public service in banking, foreign affairs, aviation, and other sectors, and even the African Union Commission. The expropriation of Tigrayan properties solely based upon their identity constitutes state-led ethnic cleansing. A recent report from the Foreign Policy also indicates that Tigrayan peacekeepers in United Nations and African Union peacekeeping missions are also being purged, arrested, and transported to Ethiopia. The right to life and other fundamental freedoms of these peacekeepers are in grave danger violation. This terror on civilians is a clear sign Ethiopia is on the edge of genocide. Abiy's regime facilitated annexation of Western Tigray to Amhara region, and embedded Tigray cities are being administered by the new appointees from the Amhara region. Not only that, this can simply disprove all pretense of law enforcement operation the government claims, but also constitutes a grave violation of the customary international law. Under international law, civilian administrations are supposed to stay intact until hostilities end. This also has the potential to elongate the conflict and strengthen the ethnic animosity between Tigray and Amhara people. The long-term effect of the war. If the conflict continues and humanitarian access is not allowed as a matter of urgency, the humanitarian crisis could be more devastating than the damage occurred already. The war has also taken an ethnic dimension, given the leading involvement of the Amhara region, and this will likely make it difficult to establish peace even after the war ends. Therefore, the international community, especially the incoming Biden administration, must exert pressure that the invasion is halted, unimpeded humanitarian access guaranteed, the war that's claiming thousands of lives ends, and finally, the regime that caused all these atrocities held accountable to the full extent of the law. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to welcome our next speaker from Harvard University, named Nurul Aslam Mohammed. Please welcome him to the stage.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? Hi.
So basically, that's one of the so do you have any comments? Yes. What's from an international relations perspective, what are Tigray's allies in the world as far as either
great powers or any other nations
congruent with the Arabic greeting as well. In the Islamic tradition, Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Wa alaikum assalam. All right, there's some people out there. I was a little quiet, but thank you, sister. I want to share with you some information about my brothers and sisters of Tigray. A beautiful people, that's evident, look at the crowd. A beautiful people with a beautiful culture and a great story. The early Muslims were being persecuted in Arabia, and they were told by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, go to Abyssinia, where there is a just king who believes in the true Christ, and no man is wronged in his kingdom. Some of the early companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, and his daughter, Ruqayya, it's my sister's name, went to Abyssinia, where this just Christian king granted them asylum. At that very site sits a masjid today. The masjid is located in the town of Nagash. Nagash, is that right? In northern Ethiopia. It is around the area where a just ruler, Ashama ibn Abjar, King Nagus, did I get him right? Lived at the time of the prophet. A little history on y'all. And for those in the street that don't know, Tigrayans are an ethnic group in the Tigray region in northern Ethiopia. They speak the Tigrinya language. In Ethiopia, there are about 7,095,477 Tigrayans, according to the 2020 census. Most of them in the Tigray region. Over 90%, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, over 90% of the Tigrayans are Christians. The great majority are Ethiopian Orthodox Christian, but there are minorities of Muslims. And since the 19th century, Protestants and Catholics and Agame, most Tigrayans are traditionally agricultural people, rural people, good people putting the food out there so we can eat it, so the citizens there can eat it. They plow, they do agriculture, they keep cattle and sheep and goats. I'm sure some of you in the crowd have relatives that are going through these atrocities that are peaceful people that do those trades. Am I correct? Right. All right, talk to me. Thank you. Yes. Let's get involved. Let's get emotional. Let's let the world know. Put my help for it. Okay. These groups have a strong identity and used to have their own traditional organizations, sometimes dominated by egalitarian ways or assemblies of elders, and sometimes by leading families, or they had different dynasties and feudals and so forth. In some areas, this meritorious complex, there was a way for you to start at the bottom and get all the way to the top, which isn't so synonymous here in America. Sometimes they want to keep you at the bottom, all right? Which led to the creation of local honorary titles and social institutions, and historically, an active involvement in Christian Ethiopia. Through this, even the sons of simple peasants could rise considerably in a state of hierarchy. So meaning that you guys have always had a system to where if you were at the lower end of the totem pole, you could be recognized and you can get to the top of your society and become leaders. Like most of you have come over here as immigrants, and now you're leaders in your respective fields and professions, leaders at your schools, and here adding and contributing to the American society. Now today in this region, an area where the ancestors of the Tigrayan people accepted the Muslims with open arms, with open arms, their descendants are being drove out of their homes and slaughtered. Is that correct? I said again, in this area that accepted the Muslims so we can practice our faith, the descendants their ancestors did that, but the descendants are being drove out and slaughtered. And unless you're doing scholarly research, the American, there have been some people in the government that have spoken out, like Senator Cory Booker, but the voice needs to be louder, In that area of the world, that's where civilization kind of started, with humanity. We all come from this, so we all should be involved, all right? Give it up, give it up. The Muslims had fled persecution in Mecca and were given refuge in what was the kingdom of Aksum. Tigray contains the core of the ancient Aksumite kingdom. Beautiful history. And the historic settlements of Aksum, the kingdom's capital. Yeha is a great town of antiquity, and Adwa, the site of a battle, which in 1896, like the one brother in the back just informed me, I think it's Elias. Yeah, he just educated me, he just stunned me, and he told me, he said that, did you know we defeated the Italians? I said, yeah, brother. I want to make sure that I acknowledge that fact, though. So. But in 1896, the Italian invading force was defeated. So whenever you hear that history, and most Ethiopians are all the Ethiopians I've met over the years, they're very proud. They say we were never colonialized. This didn't happen. But what part of the country did it happen in? The north, right? Right. So, Larry, strong men. Don't be fooled. Most of y'all try to swim, but I'm gonna keep my eye on you. All right? They're like, you better. Okay. Now let me take it back to. I'm gonna correlate this with my upbringing and my history, what I learned growing up as a Muslim about human rights. And human rights, although I'm a Muslim, is not just for us, it's for the world. But I'm going to go over a few things, a number of points rather, that are human rights violations that are happening. And I'm probably going to need some help with the crowd too in a minute, but I'm going to go over a little backdrop, okay? Because what are we talking about? Human rights. And this is, when we speak of human rights by Saeed Maududi, when we speak of human rights in Islam, we really mean that these rights have been granted by God. And I want you to think about these leaders that are oppressing the Tigrayan people right now. They have not been granted by any king or by any legislative assembly. The rights granted by kings or the legislative assemblies could also be withdrawn in the same manner in which they are conferred. The same is the case with the rights accepted and recognized by the dictators. They can confer them when they please and withdraw them when they wish. And they can openly violate them when they like. But since in Islam, human rights have been conferred by God, the same as in Christianity, by God alone. No legislative assembly in the world or any government on earth has the right or authority to make any amendment or change in the rights conferred by God. No one has the right to mark out or to abrogate them or withdraw them. No man can do that. No matter what's happening, no one can take away your human rights. Nor are they the basic human rights which are conferred on paper for the sake of show and exhibition. We didn't do this, we didn't bomb them, we didn't rape no women, we didn't kill no children. Some of the lies you've heard. Nor are they like philosophical concepts which have no sanctions behind them. These are powerful words. How long will the world community collectively, pay attention, how long will the world community
sit on its hands when the beautiful Tigrayan people that spurn from the northern region of Ethiopia are exterminated. When there are beautiful human beings that are our brothers and sisters from the same human family that need and deserve our prayers. So this is the solution. This is how we help the Tigrayan people that need and deserve our prayers, our voices, and definitely our resources. Now let me stop for a minute. Now everyone that's here should be thinking, while you're, maybe flicking through your phone, you should be thinking, how much money do I have in my bank account? How can I help the people over here? Talk to the organizers and try to figure out, what you can do, or whatever agency or, whatever protocols and modalities to help the people when the time presents itself. And not only you guys, but encourage your American friends or your Latino friends. Encourage other people, to get involved. Don't just be silent. And I'm not trying to educate you guys because I am a visitor. I am aware of that. But I'm willing to do this work collectively. Even when I leave here, I'm going to start my spring semester in Cambridge, and I'm going to bring this word back, all right, to the Ethiopian community that's there and to the greater community, all right? All right. In Islam, there are rules of war, all of which have been disregarded. Here go the meat of it. Have been disregarded by Abiy Muhammad, Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Am I right? And his government. I'm gonna get on them now. Hold on, give me a little piece. Hold on. Hop down with Abiy. Let's try that out. Let's not ignore him. Down with Abiy. Down with Abiy. Down with Abiy. Nice, bro. Nice. In Islam, there are rules of war, Islamic rules of war, all of which have been disregarded by Abiy Ahmed, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. I know he's not Muslim. I know he's Pentecostal, and that's not the Pentecostal religion. But I just don't like the fact that he's doing this to y'all. He's wearing that name, Ahmed, all right? And that name, Ahmed, that's the last part of my name. All right, Muhammad, which means praiseworthy. All right? So that's why Muslims up here, I don't like the fact that he got that name, so I'm here to take it back, all right? That's what I'm here, all right? That's why I'm bringing all this Muslim stuff up, all right? Listen, how can an individual like this be given a Nobel Peace Prize? What the? I don't think I'm gonna watch the Nobel Peace Prize or what they give about guys like him. He is a fraud whose awards need to be taken back. His credibility on the world stage is ruined and cannot be regained. Am I right? Yeah. Am I right? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Here is a glimpse of some of the Islamic rules of war based on the hadith or the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Now, this is where y'all gonna help me out, okay? Everybody, I'm gonna need y'all assistance, all right? So when I read the first one, I'm gonna do once I read it, I'm gonna do my hand like this, okay? And you guys are gonna say which Abiy has done. Say that. Which Abiy has done. All right, I'm thinking it was better than me. All right. Okay, here goes. The killing of children and women.
Which Abiy has done.
The killing of children and women.
Which Abiy has done.
The killing of elderly and sick persons.
Which Abiy has done.
Now let the world know. Get right. He exercising no patience, even during war.
Which Abiy has done.
Killing monks and religious people in their places of worship.
Which Abiy has done.
The destruction of property, cultivated lands and crops.
Which Abiy has done.
uprooting and the burning of green and fruit-bearing trees and the beautiful agriculture that's there in the region. And the theft and robbery under the guise of war. Ooh, old school getting hype over. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And the destruction to inhabited places and villages. The Tigrayan, I like all y'all too. The Tigrayan people are being massacred. And we have to grab the hands of brothers and sisters. This is the solution of the Tigrayan community. We need all hands on deck on this one. No separate stuff. Everybody get united. This is time. All right. All right. All right. Of the Tigrayan community here in the Bay Area and ask them what they need. Get involved with your leaders. Just don't leave here and go get you some good foods and chicken donuts. No. And get out. All right. I hope y'all give me some. But we'll get back more serious now. And we need to ask them, how can we be of help? This is the Christian thing to do. This is the Muslim thing to do. And this is the righteous and most of all, the human thing to do. There are large forces. I'm going to give you a little bit more and I'm going to digress and come back and give some of the other speakers a chance to speak. There are large forces of the Ethiopian government, on the Ethiopian government side, as well as the Eritrean government side. I didn't forget about them. I'm taking my time, you know. That are exterminating, and I've spoken with a lot of my Eritrean friends and brothers and sisters, and they're not happy, and I'm not getting on the Eritrean people, they're not happy. A lot of them, the ones I spoke to, I'm talking about people that haven't been here that long, they're not in alignment with the government and what their government is doing, you know. Am I correct with that? Yeah. All right. I guess I learned something. All right. And the Eritrean government side that are exterminating common people, workers in the field, and laymen, women, and children. And I just want to say we can't sit by as a world community and let these atrocities persist. And injustice there is the same as an injustice anywhere. We got to be involved on those issues and the issues right here. Because when an oppressor looks at you, or a supremacist looks at you, they don't care where you're from, like Malcolm X said. They're not killing you because you're a Muslim or a Christian. They're killing you because you're black, or your skin is dark, whatever you classify. We must fight the oppression of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Muhammad, the same as we must fight against the oppression of white supremacy. Here on the home front in America, all hands on deck. That perpetuates the killing of our babies, the killing of black men, women, and children. Sadly, in Ethiopia, Abiy Muhammad is killing his own countrymen and trying to erase the advances and achievements that they have made, that the Tigrayan people have made for the Ethiopian people out of the history books. Right. Thank you, all. I'm gonna pass it to someone else and I'll come back to speak. Thank you for being patient with me and putting up with my humor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. Next up, I'd like to welcome a representative from the Oromo community in the Bay Area.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. So I just came here to stand in solidarity with the people of Tigray. As an Oromo, we understand the atrocities that Abiy Ahmed, unelected Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, is doing to the people of Tigray. This war in Tigray is an extension of the war that he's been doing in Oromia. He has cut phone lines in Wallagga and Western Oromia, and we have not been able to talk to our family in over a year. Abiy Ahmed has jailed our leaders. Abiy Ahmed has jailed and killed anybody that he sees as a threat to his power. The people of Tigray came out and they voted for who they wanted to represent themselves, and he said no. The people of Oromia started showing support to the people that they wanted to vote for, and what did he do? He jailed them. So I come out here to say, the people who are listening, your taxpayer money is funding genocide in America. Your taxpayer money is funding genocide. The people are tired. The people do not want to die. War is not the first option. People want to vote. People want democracy. But if democracy is threatened, then it is your God-given right to defend it. Self-determination is a God-given right and is a constitutional right. And so the people have a right to defend their humanity. They have a right to defend the erasure of their identity. In Ethiopia, this is not the first time this has happened, where someone comes and wants to unify everybody under one identity. And we say no to that. The fact that you are Tagari, the fact that I'm Oromo will never change. But Ethiopia can change. Ethiopia is just border. Right? That is our identity, that is our humanity, and we will fight until we win. Thank you. So I just want to say, as we keep moving forward, I just want to point out the different atrocities that are happening in Oromia. There is no phone lines. He has launched war on the people of Oromia. He has jailed the very people that brought him to power, and he's a traitor. He stabbed the people in the back. Abiy Ahmed is not for us. Abiy Ahmed must go. Abiy must go.
Abiy must go.
Abiy must go.
Abiy must go.
When? When? Thank you. People of Tigray, we stand in solidarity. And on the fact, free Tigray, free Oromia. Thank you. Okay, cool. So we have a little. They want me to say something. Oromo, we have a little call. I think you guys might know it. Jirtu! 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 Thank you. Oromo, I need to do something.
Please welcome Dr. Nagda. Thank you.
Salam. Nagda Lurfael. Totally Bay Area, Ertrawan, and Baito Akil Samaranga. Inti Akal Baito, Inti Akal Alam Lahawi, Baito Akil Zone, Baito Akil Semi and Iran State America. Zahabu Magnet Allo, Muzi. وقع في تجري زكاة زلوا بحاول مجلتي بتجرين جاي عامين بتجرين جاي خندوه إيه اسمع على له I thank all the speakers ahead of me. هنا بزي إرتاويان مرتا عبدون بزي تجري كم زلنا نمبرح نقلد solidarity نرئي بزي عبدونكم ترقبنا لنا بزي تجري كجمي بزي إرتاويان كم زجمي حزنكم حزننا أطلقون قصرنا هم تقولنا نرئي ترقبنا لنا بزي حد زنب وجن أي بايتو أكل أوران من استاد أمريكا ገበነኛታት ኣብ ልዕሊ ንጹሃት ህዝብታት ንዘውርድዎ ዘለዉ ዘስካሕክሕ ተግባራት ማሕበረሰብ ዓለም ከፍቅደሎም ኣይግባእን ክብል ይጽውዕ ኣብ ባህልና ኣፈክቡ ክበሃል ከሎ ትንፋስ ከይሓለፈት ከተድሕን ዝግበር ቅጽበታዊ ተግባር ስለዝኾነ ብቅጽበት እዚ ቅጽበታዊ ጉምቲ ደው ክብል ንሓትት ማሕበረሰብ ዓለም በቲ ናይ ዓለምና ሕግን ውዕላትን ገበናት ክቆጻጸርን ብልዑል ቅልጣፈ ህልቀትን ካልኦት ዓበይቲ ገበናት ኣንጻር ሰብኣውነት
زوردوم هزبتات نمدحان بلصوت سجونتي كوسد على فنته دعاء كونن قطبتاوي سجونتي مزيوسد أبقد معينو زبتسامو جبنات نار عين عاويات ناي زوم زوردوم زلو أحزاب إنما إحنا مززقت لازم قبل نياتا بتزار من قدي تحرارهم جو أيقونن زلو حزب إرترا حسابي ترجيتو مستنفاس إنو فأول كله بأقو أنت زسمع أتي كسادو رجيتو تنفاس زخلو زلو سرائي بهدي أب كيد بمتاو إرتران هزبان كاب قتالي زرعتان نسناتن مدحانا نيرون هما عدل كوينو أتي علول قبلنيا صلول مراحي زيادة عدل رهيبو قبلون مشارف ترهيبون بالع الحزب إرترا زوردو زلو قبنات نابزونانا تساجيرو دوب سجيرو عمونغو حزبتات حوي بمخصقاس هيوت إرتراويانن قربات بتنان تقزفن زونانا كبرعن هردقي بلالو بايتو يأكل حبرات منجستات أمريكا سأره حزبي زلقتاوي علولات جبنياتات بمسارات عالم لخاوي حقي بهصوص بزي وعل حدر عم تحت حقي خقربون عم حقاوي قصصر كاتهم يصوع Abi and Isaiah ISIS Abi and Isaiah to ISIS ملا حزب إرترا بحفشة منسيات دما بفلاي بتي بعلولات سعره حزب الزكايد حزبتات ناي زورانا من نقوحاتن ناي تنتي قبن أنصار سبعونة نخنن تمشي ناي رواندا مرا حزبالو أفريقياوين كابتن كورونا كنمهار يقبعنا أنصار حدنا كاب من نقاط أنصار دخلنتن دكورنان أنصار إمن سألنا عمتن جوكنبل الرأيانا خنت عراري يقبع بقبنياتات مراحتي سلامن فقرن النازمرو شوفون وعلاتن شرحتاتن كين خون هزبي كنر حلومن أنصارو زعلم متصاودياتات بأقوء خبجهن تفشل النصوع ማህበረሰብ ዓለም በመሰረት ዓለም ለኻዊ አድማሳዊ ናይ ሰብአዊ መሰራትን ሓርነታትን ህግታት ነቶም ናይ ጽንታን ገበን አንጻር ሰብአውነትን ዝገብሩ ሸረሕታትን ማዕለማታትን ኣብ ግብሪ ምስውዓሉን ኣህዛብ ምስ ኣህለቁን ዘይኮነስ ክጽፈዩን ከለው ንኹሎም ድቀታት ገበንን ጽናትን ከበርዕን ብቕዓት ኣለዎ እቲ ዝጎድል ድሌትን ተግባራዊ ስጉምትን ካብ ናይ ዝሓለፈ ኣስተሓሓ ገበናት ተማሂሩ ብፁዕ ስጉምቲ ክወስድን ምስ ኩሎም ናይ ፍትሕን ሓርነት ብስጡም መገዲ ክሰርሕ ንጽውዕ ኩሎም መራሕቲ ሃይማኖትን ዓበይቲ ዓድን መራሕቲ ሲቪካዊ ፖለቲካውን ትካላትን ኣብ ውሽጢ ሃገርን ኣብ ዳያስፖራን ብህፁፅ ሃገራውን ህዝባውን ሓላፍነቶም ክወስዱ ኣብ ጎኒ ህዝቢ ኤርትራን ንፍትሒ ሰላምን ዞናን ደው ክብሉን ንጽውዕ እቶም ብግዲ ይኹን ብምድንጋር ብኣጽናዕቲ ዲክታቶርያዊ ስርዓት ይግደፍ ተኣስኪርኩም ዘለኹም ወገናን ናይ ዓመፅን ገበንን መሳርሒ ክትኮኑ ዘገደደኩም ከም ዘየለ ተረዲእኹም ኣብ ጎኒ ደባይ ፍትሕን ተቃለስቲ ንፍትሕን ኣሕዋትኩም ክትሰለፉ ንጽውዕ ውሑድ ስራሕ ንውህብስ መጻኢ ባይቶዌ ኣክል ሕቡራት መንግስታት ኣሜሪካ ዝሃቦ መግለፂ ክኸውን ከሎ ታሪክ history repeats itself ታሪክ ንርእሱ ይደግም ከም ዝበሃል ድሕሪ 80 ዓመት ትዝክሩ ተደኣ ኮይንኩም ኣብ ታሪክ ከምቲ ዝረአን ዝግለጽን ጄኔራል አበበ አረጋይ ዝበሃል ናይ ኢትዮጵያ እዚ ድሕሪ ሃይለ ስላሴ ካብቲ ሓጅሞ ዝነበረ ካብ ዓዲ እንግሊዝ ምስ መፀ ኤርትራ ኢትዮጵያ ነፃ ወፂያ ምስ ተባሃለ ህዝቢ ትግራይ በቲ ዘረኣዮ መሰሉ ዘለዓለ ናይ ቀዳማይ ወያኔ ጄኔራል አበበ አረጋይ ኣብቲ ግዜ እቲ ዝነበረ ናይ መከላከያ ሚኒስቴር ካብዚ ሕጂ ዝገደደ ስለምንታይ ኣብቲ ግዜ እቲ ኢትዮጵያ ስሩዕ ሰራዊት ስለዘይነበራ ፒሌጅንግ ማለት ወራር ሓይሊ ሚሊሻ ቀለቡ ካብቲ ዝወረሮ ዋላውን በሊዖም ፀጊቦም ካብ ዘድልዮም ንላዕሊ ንዝነበረ ከብቲ እንዳሓረዱ ዓዲታት እንዳንደዱ ድሕሪ 80 ዓመት ከዓ እዚ ስርዓት እዚ ሕጂዊ ዝመሰሉ ተላዒሉ 60,000 ደቁ ኣሰውዩ ንትግራይ ዘይኮነስ ንመላእ ህዝቢ ኢትዮጵያ ካብ መንጋጋ ምልካዊ ስርዓት ናይ ደርግ ንሙሉ ህዝቢ ኢትዮጵያ ነፃ ንዘውፀአ ህዝቢ ሕጂውን ከምኡ ዝኣመሰለ ብሚሊሻ ናይ ኣምሓራን ሰራዊት ናይ ኢትዮጵያን ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቢ ትግራይ እንደገና ነቲ ቅድሚ 80 ዓመት ተገይሩ ዝነበረ ወራር ንክወርድ ግቡእ ኣይኮነን እዚ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ኢዱ ኣይኮነን እዚ ቃልሲ ዝካየድ ዘሎ ውግእ ዲክታቶርያዊ ስርዓት ኣብ ልዕሊ ዲሞክራሲ ኣህዳውያን ኣብ ልዕሊ ፌደራላዊ ስርዓት ዝገብሮ ስለዝኾነ ናይ ሙሉ ህዝቢ ዓለም ዴሞክራሲያዊ ሓይልታት ሰብኣዊ መሰል ክሕሎ ኣለዎ ናይ ዝብል ህዝቢ ሙሉ ህዝቢ ዓለም ቃልሲ እሞ ኩሉ ህዝቢ ዓለም ኣብ ጎንهم ከም ዘሎ ኣብ ኩሉ ቃልሲ ከም ዘለኹም ከረጋግፀኩም ውፁእ ህዝቢ ቃልሲ ህዝቢ ውፁእ يعوت بدون قنبله يعوت
Thank you دكتور مدى حجي لما حنت خبرت هذا لنا نتي جينا حيلتات منقص تجراي كل تجراي هنا نرد حجي منقص تجراي باها حبر سمعنا هنروح كل علينا نتي هيوتو دور كذا هيوتو دور كذا وتهدر نهنا مالتي نهنا وتهدر نهنا ندحنتنا دموز غفل دلو هيوت غفل دلو أبغولنا خلونا أنا كم سب مالك كم سب كم يوم على حرام ماريكوس نتي مكل خال زليو نقدر نخحجز كايا نتي مكل خال دموز غفل دلو أبتات متى عباي تقرأ ولا أبتات متى عباي تقرأ بدوين خفل أجازة عديا قالات له أجهم عود ناي حزبي تجراي حزبي تجراي كا أبيع شراب تقوم هانتي تقبرا عباي نجار على ساعتها زلكا نحزبها نتي وجنكا نتي هيوتو خيبرغة زوج في الله حزبي تجراي إنكا خطولون كلا لك إيرتراوان بحاجة تصدقوا نجارات نحبون النجارالو هاجر كتبهال كلا جوزو دلوم تيجي حزب تجراي كا هم خطقبر كلا لك أبياس مورا تقومت حزب تجراي زلكا خطبو كلا لك هيوتو يبكالو هيوتو بجاي بكالو هيوتو زلكالو حوها أبوها ناتكا عليتي ناتكا زري سلازي اتي أبل عليها زري المدفع تعوجي كابلو هيوتو كيف غاغا زوفي لله نزغا سغا ገንዘብካ ዘለካ ነገር ትቦለካ ኣነ ለኩሜ ወላ ገንዘበይ ተወዳኹን ስልማት ናይ ሰበይተይ ክህበኩሜ ቃል ያዝያ ኣብቅድሚ ኣምላኽ
ጣልያ ህይወተይ ከማን ነቲ ምክልኻል ትግራይ ምስኡ ኮይነ ነቲ ናይ መንግስቲ ምክልኻል ትግራይ ምስኡ ኮይነ ክዋጋእ ከማን ድልው ኤኒታይም ስለዚ ዘለና ክንብል ክንክእል ኣለና ይቀኒየለ ኣብ ዓሸራ
Thank you, Lama. Lama, my heart at the Dulo, Idobro, and my cult and the Konasi. ቐዳማይን ኣብዚ ዝመፃኹም ምስክር ኢኹም 5,000 ካሽ ከፊለ ሽዑ መዓልቲ ተማልያ 5,000 በቲ መዓልቲ ስለዚ እዚ ኩሉ ትገብር ዘለካ ናይ ብሓቂ ነመስግነካ ለማ ኣነ እቲ ክብሎ ዘለኒ ኩሉ ኢሎም ወንድም ዘረባ ክደግም ኣይደልን ዘረባ እንተተነደማ እውን ፅቡቅ ኣይኮነን ግን ኣነ ሓንቲ ክዛረባ ደልየ ዘለኹ ንሜር Oaklandi. Mayor Oaklandi, I hope you listen to us now. United States, they go to make a peace to Kosovo. They go to Kuwait. They go to Iraq. They go to Afghanistan. Why not in Tigray? Now we're asking, I hope you listen to me. By the window. Now we're asking you to tell the Congress, the Senator, the White House, to stop war in Tigray. Stop war in Tigray. Stop rape our children. Stop rape our sisters. Stop stealing our property. Stop killing the people. That's why to ask the Congress, White House, and Senator, mail that message to you. We're asking you to tell the Congress. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome opponent and Philippine leading up to some chants.
Abi must stop atrocity in Tigray now.
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 Abi stop death and destruction in Tigray now.
Abi must end and destruction in Tigray now.
Abi stop death and destruction in Tigray now.
Abi stop death and destruction in Tigray now.
Isaiah, stop war of aggression in Tigray.
Isaiah, stop war and aggression in Tigray.
Isaiah, stop war of aggression in Tigray now.
Isaiah, stop war and aggression in Tigray now.
Isaiah, stop war of aggression in Tigray now. Isaiah, stop war of aggression in Tigray. UN ought to stop genocide in Tigray now.
UN ought to stop genocide in Tigray now. UN ought to stop genocide in Tigray now. UN ought to stop genocide in Tigray now. Stop war on Tigray. Stop war on Tigray. Stop war on Tigray. Stop war on Tigray. Abi and Isaiah must stop.
Abiy and Isaias must stop. Killing civilians in Tigray. Abiy and Isaias must stop. Killing civilians in Tigray. Abiy and Isaias, stop warmongering against Tigray people. Abiy and Isaias must stop warmongering against Tigray people. Abiy and Isaias must stop warmongering against Tigray people. Abiy and Isaias must go to ICC. Abiy and Isaias must go to ICC. Abiy and Isaias must go to ICC. Abiy soldiers, Isaias soldiers, Neftenyach, stop looting in Tigray. Stop looting in Tigray. Stop destruction in Tigray. Stop destruction in Tigray. Down, down, Abiy. Down, down, Abiy. Down, down, Isaias. Down, down, Isaias. Down, down, Netanyahu. Down, down, Netanyahu. Abiy, shame on you. Abiy, shame on you. Isaias, shame on you. Isaias, shame on you. Netanyahu, shame on you. Netanyahu, shame on you. Netanyahu, shame on you. We demand corridors open to humanitarian assistance. We demand corridors open for humanitarian assistance in Tigray. We demand humanitarian assistance in Tigray. What we need? What we need? Where? Where? What we need? What we need? Where? Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for everyone who participated. Make sure that we're all participating so that anybody who's inside can hear us, can understand why we're here, what we're here for, the people we are representing, the voiceless people we're representing. Make sure, when we're done with the protest, you guys can talk to each other. But for now, let's make sure that we're interactive. Let's make sure we're listening and speaking and being loud. Next, I'm going to have Abiy come up and speak for us. Thank you.
تفوق لي نقطع بالسيريو ما أنا تعرف كذا كل ده حزين هذا تعيش مولنا لما عندي توصل سبات مكينة تكاريم غيره توصل نسل دوجة مولو ما تفيلكم تعبرتنا كان حزي قبل ما عندي نجمرهم زلنا استندكنا براسك زرايم زلكم أنت وبلو توصل نسل رحيمنا تبوين حاجة زهون እዚኣ ንላወኩም ይደሊ ትግራውነትና ሕዚ ይረጋገፅ ኣቱም ኤርትራውያን ኣሕዋትና እውን ኣብዚ ዘለኹም ይቅርታ ግበርለይ መንነትና ሓደ እዩ ምናልባሽ ሓቂ እዩ መንነትና ሓደ እዩ ኣሕዋት ስለ ዝኾና ኢና ኣብዚ እንደጋገፍ ዘለና ንመፃ እውን ሓቢርና ንነብር ኢና ኣሕዋት ኢና ጎረባብቲ ኢና ንሕና መሬት ቆሪፅና ንኬና ኣይኒ ዘነ ንስኹም እውን መሬት ቆሪፅኩም ናብ ካልእ ትኹም ፎቲና ጠሊና ብሓደ ክንነብር ኢና ስለዚ ብዝመልክዕ እዚ ክንቅፅል ኣለና ሕውነት ክቅፅል ኣለዎ ቂም ይትረፈና ተምኡ ዝቃለስ ኣለዉ ኩሉ ብዝሰርሖ ገበን ክሕተት እዩ ስለዚ እዚ ዘለና ካሊእ እንታይ ክብል ምናልባሽ ሎሚ ቆና ሓደ ሚድያታት ትሰምዑ ኣለኹም ብመንግስቲ ኢትዮጵያ ዝተሓላለፍ ወረታት እንዮ ኣይትእመንዎ ወይዛዎም ብዙሕ ዶኩሜንተሪ ይሰርሑ እዮም ቀቲልና ይብሉ እዮም ወዲና ይብሉ እዮም ግን ሓሸት እዩ ነገር ግን ሰብ ተሞተ እውን ክሞት እዩ ዝቃለስ ዘሎ ሰብ እዚኣ ተረድኡልና ኢኹም ስለዚ ተኽኢልኩም ናይ ጠላትና ሚድያ ይትረዩ ኣይጥዕሞም ርእሶም ኣይጥዕሞ ናይ ባዕልና ንስማዕ ስለዚ እዚ ግዜ ከምዚ ዘለዎ ብጣዕሚ ንጠቅም እና ዘን ኣሕዋትና ክዘራእዮም ዘለኩም ጥራይ ዋፅልና ኣብዚኣ ወዲ ኣለኹ ይቐኒል
Okay, thank you, Abai. Next, we're going to have your Salam, Aiden, and Ruth representing the Tagaru youth here in the Bay Area.
How's everybody doing? Good. I love the energy, and I just want to say thank you so much for all you guys who have come out and showed up, and we are so happy to see everybody here, and especially see our Airchain brothers and sisters and our Oromo brothers and sisters here. It means a lot, and we should continue doing this more and more. And so I just want to say thank you for everybody.
Hello, everybody. We started an Instagram page called Bay Area Tagaru Youth. Please follow us on Instagram. We will be making a Facebook account as well to update you guys as far as like what petitions to sign, when we're going to have protests, and we're going to be posting, going on live. So please follow and share. And if you know anyone, please tell them to follow us. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I know that this protest was very short notice. I just want to let you guys know that in the future, we'll be trying to be more effective in our planning, but you guys all should be ready to be mobilized, be ready to come out and fight. I know that we all have work and school, but we have to realize that this cause is bigger than that, and that we have to be willing to make sacrifices, because the sacrifices that our people are making back home are greater than missing work and school. We can miss a day of work, we can miss a day of school, because at the end of the day, people's lives are more important and more valuable than those things. We have to be willing to make sacrifices, and we can't expect other people to make sacrifices for us if we can't make those sacrifices ourselves. So continue to be strong and resilient, because when we go out in this world, we don't have the same support. We have to be strong because people discourage us and tell us that what we're doing is wrong and that what we're doing is not right, but we have to stay strong for our people. Thank you.
So we just have a speaker right now that wants to talk. Give us a second. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I was just passed by. I see this gathering. I didn't know. I have a lot of friends from Ethiopia, from Addis Ababa. Raise your hand if you were born in Addis Ababa. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. So what doctor talk about peace, and let me quote something. He said the history repeats itself, and it's right. So what that tells us, I was born in a country was full of war and all that. We had so many problems for many years, but after 50 or 60 years, we come out with something called peace. We have done that even, before all that human casualties. We had problems, and eventually this war from outside gonna go into the families, and it would create a lot of impacts in the country. So, it's really hard. It's really hard to take sides. When you live in a country such as Ethiopia, Afghanistan, other countries, and you see a small group of people, and they're fighting against the government. So, and you think about, people's power, but then there's peaceful way. They should come up with a construction policy, to help with the government, not just fight against the government. That's what we had for so many years. And it caused millions of people immigrating from Afghanistan to other countries. Millions of people got disabled because of the war, and a lot of other casualties. So what I see, I want to, like, today, we have this gathering, but we also have, we also have, come up with some ideologies that how are we going to help people? How are we going to help the situation out there? If you stay on one side and the other guy, your brother, your sister, stays on the other side, it's not going to solve the problem. But it's time to, to just get united, peace, and come up with a policy with something that works out for your country, for Ethiopia. How we can take care of that, how we can come up with a policy that works for the people and the government. Now, we have this problem with fundamentals, we have problem with the radicals, we have problems with people that they have self-interest. They were just, fighting for money, not for the people, not for their country. But then we went there, we talked with them, okay, what do you want? On one side, they said they want education, they want money, they want houses. And we went on the other side and said, what do you guys want? They say, okay, we want the same thing, but there is no factors. There's nothing to fight for. So, there is no reason to fight. So if they want whatever, the government should provide it. On the other side, if they want anything positive, just like other people, the government should provide it. But now, taking sides, fighting each other, there's no solution. I was just passing by, I just share some words and a little bit of the history. And I want you guys to be safe, healthy, and peaceful. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up for our closer, we have Guru Muhammad once again.
Hey, salam, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
I guess everybody's tired and want to get something to eat. Okay. Hey, I wanted to talk more about a solutionary facet of what can be done. I'm a student at Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I used to live here in the Bay Area, right off of near the Grand Lake Theater, right off of Van Buren. And I was talking to some of the elders in the community here about some things that we could do to immediately get the word out about your cause and what's going on in the genocide in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. So I wanted to unite with maybe some of your leaders here, some of the younger folks that are maybe in school or college or just active. Even if you're not, if you're active in the community, then I'd like to invite you to Harvard and to come talk to the Ethiopian community there. Our semester starts the end of this month, and maybe you can send a delegation up there and I can organize, and well, it is COVID right now, but maybe we can go ahead and do a Harvard Zoom to some of the students, your people that are in the community, and get the word out. That's a real big platform there. So you can use the Harvard platform to get the message out. So I don't know if you're into that or open to that, but I'd be willing to sit down and draw a plan. There we go. I'd be willing to sit down and draw up a plan so we can just, use that platform, immediately. People are dying every day in Tigray. They're being driven out.
Actually, my fiance, she's from Sudan, and in the area that a lot of the refugees are going to, that's where her people are from, you know, and her family and so forth. So this kind of really hits home because we're talking about it regularly, we're hearing about it, and so if you want to do some things and you want to make some action moves, you know, with me, I'll do whatever I can do to help and you know, give you an extra platform. But with that being said, I just think everybody just needs to use the networks that you have now. There's a new, if you have an iPhone, anybody out there got an iPhone? You know you got an iPhone, okay. But if you got an iPhone, you can get on Clubhouse. You can get on Clubhouse and open up a room and start talking about what's going on and talk to serious people. If people are like joking around, then that's a waste of your time. You know, you guys have a beautiful civilization. We need to stop the genocide and we need to get the word out there and take it seriously. So whoever you're connected with in your other groups and subgroups or whatever, just make sure that they get involved. But you don't have time for them right now. So I just want to say I love you all, and I thank you for really putting up with me and my sense of humor and all of that. And if I offended anybody or if I said anything wrong, please forgive me for that, and I'll try to do better the next time. And I think we all need to just unite on a world scale, get petty differences out of here. America, different things are changing over here. It took a long time for them to change, but if things are changing over here, they can change there as well. You know, so once again, thank you again. I love your spirit, and God be with all of you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out today. We really appreciate it. I just want to reiterate the importance to continue to show out to all of our events. The war is still not over. Our people are still dying. Our people are still hungry. So we need to continue to show out for them. So please continue on. Don't think this is just a one-time thing. We're doing our best to plan as many events as possible. And we're really counting on you guys to show up. Thank you so much.
Hello, thank you all for being here. Please continue fighting, and we really appreciate everyone for being here today. Share the word. Next time when we have it planned, we're going to be announcing it ahead of time. This is a rush. We did it last minute, so we have some, organizing issues. But next time, I believe we're going to have a more larger turnout. So thank you all for being here. Let's continue fighting for Tigray. Thank you all, and have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Let's we're done with it.
Yeah.
مثلا يا اخي ايوه انا الرصاص يقولون ايوه ترى زمان زنقي اخي
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I know already.